Testing, testing. Cool. Cool, alright, looks like everything's working. Yo, how you doing? It's me, Val. Hope you're doing good today, and, yeah, today it's, doing something a little bit different now. I usually doing, like, gaming streams generally, just because those are easiest for me to, talk about shit, but today I'm doing something a tad bit different. I'm going over a tier list of, well, hentai tags. Y'all probably don't know this, but I'm a degenerate. Not just like in the regular like VTuber kind of way. Like I am a massive degenerate. Like not even joking. Like if y'all don't know, like I'm working on like some YouTube videos and some YouTube shorts that let's just say they're gonna skirt the lines of TOS. But hey, that's how I roll. That's how I roll. And you know what? I figure why not? We shouldn't pussyfoot around this kind of shit anymore. And yeah, I wanted to actually just get all my tastes out of the way. Should I have saved this for a more special occasion when I actually have an audience? Maybe. But I never said I was smart. And besides, this gives me something to talk about. And lets me practice doing shit that outside of just gaming. Because even though I love gaming, I'm not the most talkative during it. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, don't really have much else to pussyfoot around. There's a fair number of tags here that we can get through. I think there's like 69 tags there or something, or whatever. So, I just picked like a random one off online. Yeah, this isn't like tier maker, it's something similar, but you know, it's whatever. So, right here we got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, that's all pretty standard. Then it has Shadow Realm. Yeah, let's keep that. That's pretty funny. Let's just keep Shadow Realm. For legal reasons, I don't think I really need that one, honestly. Let's see. Can I remove this? The gears aren't really doing anything. Let's put for here, shit. Yeah, let's put for here, no opinion. That can work. Come on, work. Click. There we go. No, opinion. One second, I think there's something else playing in the background. What the fuck is that? That was weird. There's like, it's fine, just ignore that. So I mean, this says Ugly Bastard originally. I don't know why they have that there, because that's supposed to be a tag in of itself. Let's say, I probably won't put anything here, but what is wrong with, or actually no, straight, or, let's see, what would be a good way for like the worst, maybe just say, die, yeah, that works, die, that works. Still don't know what these gears are for, they don't seem to be doing anything. Okay, but yeah, if y'all don't know, I am pretty well versed in the loot arts, so I can go pretty in-depth with my explanations for a lot of these things. Some of them I probably won't be too in-depth, but yeah. I don't think there's anything I'm gonna have no opinion on, because I am very well versed in many of these. Also, sorry, I message. 1 second. 1 second, please. Do. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so might as well just get into it. And if anyone joins in while I'm doing this, I apologize for nothing. Right, let's get into it. First one on the chopping block, Mind Control. I'm putting that in B tier. Mind Control is pretty good. So Mind Control is a tag that's generally used in conjunction with many others. It's not many. I mean, I have seen plenty of hentai where like Mind Control is the main aspect, but it's usually used in conjunction with other shit. I mean, it's usually paired with other tags, but Mind Control, it's pretty nice. I mean, fuck, I said I can go in depth with this, but I really don't have much to say. I mean, it's pretty in depth. Okay, actually, there's different breeds of Mind Control. There's Mind Control where the subject of the mind control is still active, as in like their brain is still processing things. There's mind control where essentially they turn to a puppet and like you can do whatever you want with them. or basically it acts as like cognitive suggestion, where you suggest something and then they affects their actions. This can actually be pretty wide in what it covers, but all of it is pretty nice in my opinion. Some people don't really care for it because, like I said, they imagine the puppet version where the usually the girl in this case has no autonomy. But honestly, that's honestly not super common, and it's pretty nice. I mean, it kind of takes away from like that middleman that a lot of the middleman that a lot of porn requires, and just kind of allows you to get straight into it, which is nice. It cuts out all the bullshit. And it's usually in conjunction with typically like tsundere tags, or tags where, or genres where like the girl is maybe more of a bitch, and so it's a way of like payback in a way, which hey, can be pretty spicy. It's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I've seen pretty good mind control hentai, but none of it's been like absolutely amazing. Actually, I have seen some pretty good ones. I should mention, but yeah, but overall, it's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, yeah, that's about it. So for threesome, that's very good. I'm gonna put that at A tier. So a lot of people have to make the distinction with threesome, whether it's like two girls and one guy or two guys and one girl. I mean, you have to approach each one in different ways, but for me personally, I love both of them. Doesn't matter if it's two guys, two girls, it doesn't matter. It's going to town. Now, granted, that depends, like, if the girl is basically the main subject, where it's like two guys going at it, or if it's one guy as a subject and two girls are going at it. So, again, it is like a broader range, and if someone wants this particular genre, I mean, that's why they typically have, like, more. These are actually, like, the hentai haven tags, I believe. So if you go into something like N hentai, they're gonna have like more descriptive, so like male, female, or two females, male. They'll have like more descriptions and such. But overall, threesome, it's honestly pretty good. I mean, some people prefer like the standard like vanilla like two people going at it because they see it as more intimate, and I can understand that because with threesome you gotta like juggle between things. Now when it's a girl and two guys, it typically works as where all participants can be active in a sense, whereas when it's two girls and one guy, it can be very common that it's just basically two people going at it and one person's just on the side, not really adding much to it, which can be, I guess, a little bit distracting at times. But good threesome hentai is when all participants are active and everyone's having a good time, and those keep. I mean, what else is there to say? Two people fucking is nice. Add a third person, even better. It's not that complicated in my opinion. But yeah, threesome, very good tag, very good tag. Dark skin, dark skin. That easy S tier, baby. I mean, hey, it's all personal preference at the end of the day, but I'm just gonna say I love my tan skin. So some people classify dark skin and tan skin as very different, and even if tan skin comes up, that's also gonna be an S tier. But hey, what can I say? I love my melanin. uh, but yeah. Yeah, dark skin, I don't think I really have much else to say. S tier, baby. It's good shit. Good shit. Now we're starting to get into some of the ones that are a bit more fucky. Yeah, I don't. Scat. Yeah, I mean, scat is one of those tags that's very, very, very niche, okay? So, I'm just gonna say, I have no attraction to the scat whatsoever, okay? I know a lot of people fucking hate it, and I don't really care for it also. I prefer it not to be in my hentai. But I actually have done some research into the appeal of scat, because scat is honestly kind of an interesting like tag for me, or an interesting topic in general. Because humans, well, at least most humans, I don't want to say if I'm human or not, but humans in general, I mean, are hardwired into their brains to avoid feces. I mean, that's why like shit smells like shit. It's because we have been hardwired in our brains through evolution to perceive feces as smelling bad so that we avoid it. Whereas with the scat tag, or those who are enjoyers of that tag, it seems to almost be the reverse of that, where even though like our brains are hardwired to ignore it, they seem attracted to it, which is honestly very fascinating to me. I actually have done some like research into like why some people enjoy it, and some people enjoy the degradation aspect of it, some people enjoy the humiliation aspect, in terms of like making like or seeing someone else have to do fornication in that regard. Which I can kind of understand. It kind of plays in some aspects of BDSM, of seeing like a partner being humiliated by having to do something disgusting. And some people are attracted to like the depravity of it, of again, engaging in social taboos and engaging in disgusting acts. So it is honestly depends like on why some people enjoy it. Again, some people enjoy seeing other people have to relieve themselves. Other people enjoy being involved in the process of relieving themselves or contact with it. Which, hey, to each your own. Again, I personally do not care for it, but yeah, I mean, no. And listen, I am not into scat. Part of me understands, I get it, it's degradation to some appeal, but like the other parts where, you want to be engaging in it, no. And like I said, I'm a degenerate. I studied all these tags pretty much, and yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, again, let me rephrase that. I can understand why some people are into it, but me myself, nah, it always just, yeah, it just kind of kills the mood. Swimsuits. Now, swimsuits, this is a broader tag, so it can either apply to bikinis, which are nice, or it could appeal to like the school swimsuit that's very common in like, anime medium. I mean, I forgot, the name of that type of swimsuit it evades me at this moment, so apologies. But it's like that One Piece swimsuit. It's usually blue, it has like their name on like the chest area. It's very common. So it's a broader, and I actually like both of those styles. It's kind of funny, like the school swimsuit, they designed it to be unappealing or unerotic, and then it became a whole fetish of itself, which, it's pretty. I mean, part of it is ironic, but part of it is just what can you do? Humans are going to be attracted to whatever. So, yeah, but overall swimsuit, I mean, hey, swimsuits are nice. And yeah, I mean, it's a fetish in of itself. I mean, plenty of like Jav and plenty of hentai, like the girls will like wear swimsuits to like add to that fetish because a lot of the times it's paired with beach episodes, but other times like typically it's like the MC or the main character. They'll just say, hey, we're wearing a swimsuit. You like this kind of shit, don't you? Which, yeah, I do. Again, swimsuit, it's nice. It's nice but yeah. I probably should explain what I mean with these tags. So I guess, yeah, so for S tier, that basically means always adding it, always a good time. Always good shit whenever this tag is added. A tag is a good tag. It's some like stuff I'll look out. Like this stuff is stuff I'm going to like look out every now and then. But yeah, but there are times when I guess circumstantially it can be but it's never gonna take away. Like S tier, always good, always good. A tier, usually good. I'm gonna look it out, but it doesn't matter if it's there or if it's not there, not a big deal or whatever. B tier, it's pretty good. B tier is good. B tier, it never takes away. It never takes away if it's in B tier. It's always a good addition, but it's not something that's gonna like make me like get my rocks off instantly, like stuff in S tier would. But if B tier, hey, that's pretty good. I'm okay with it. I like that. I like B tier. C tier is gonna be stuff that's just kind of like, like I don't really have a major opinion on, or it's basically it doesn't add to anything, but it doesn't take away for anything. So it's just if it's there, cool. If not, whatever. I don't care if it's in C tier. It's just whatever. D tier, that's gonna be stuff where like, it's not my thing. Like, so depending, I can overlook it sometimes, but it's gonna be stuff I'm not gonna look out for, or I'm not gonna search out. If it's in D tier, and sometimes I'm gonna avoid it if it's in D tier, but for the most part, I could probably tolerate it if like it's a good story. Like D tier can take some stuff away, but if it's a good enough hentai, I could stomach it. Shadow Realm is like out. I know it's Shadow Realm is gonna be most of the time I'm gonna want to avoid. I don't like or want to avoid. Usually, I mean, die is die, but and yeah, no opinion that speaks for itself. All right, so teacher. Again, I've seen plenty of stuff involving teachers that are pretty good, and again, this can depend on if it's the women or if it's the partner as the teacher or if it's the MC as the teacher, because there can be plenty of times when it's a teacher getting it on with their student, or having to be a student getting on with a teacher, or I've seen like sometimes where it's like a teacher getting on with a superintendent and this tag would apply. But the main thing with teacher is the idea of power dynamics of like, because the whole idea is like the teacher is like the person above you in a sense. So yeah, it's like that idea of like, I guess like older women typically goes with it. Milk typically is paired with teacher a fair amount, which is pretty good. But Milk is not always teacher. And again, there are times when like the male character is the teacher and they're getting it on with the student. Again, it's power dynamics. That's the whole thing with teacher. It's power dynamics. Yeah, shit. But yeah, overall teacher's pretty good. Again, it's not one of my favorite tags, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It doesn't really take away from anything in my opinion. Alright, public sex. Public sex? Yeah, I put the MB also. Because again, the thing with public sex, it's humiliation, okay? It's voyeurism. It's the idea of breaking taboos, okay? Now, I will say, like, public sex is pretty good, but it's not something I'm super into. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, a lot of times it's like hiding from the public. Sometimes it can be done in like a public bathroom stall. That all includes public sex. But again, it's the idea of like breaking public taboo. And I'm not super into voyeurism myself, but again, I'm not against it. And yeah, I mean, it can play into the idea of degradation, which, hey, I mean, I like that. I mean, I don't like being degraded myself, God no, but yeah, in seeing partners getting degraded, I actually quite like that. I don't think, I actually do like that BDSM test, because, I myself am a sadist. I don't know if y'all know this, well, technically I'm a squid. Okay, yeah, I fall more like the sadist side of things, because, yeah, I like fucking with people who are making embarrassing people. Yeah, that shit's fun for me. But yeah, but I'm not really into the other side of that spectrum. But I like, I'm a sadist. I can say that with pretty good confidence. I'm a sadist. But yeah. Okay, this is an interesting one. I wasn't expecting this one, and yeah, this is from Hentai Haven. Probably it's 180p. Um, yeah, no opinion. I guess this all like, more appeals to like animated hentai, which okay, hentai does apply to animated stuff. But I should see if there's like well, there's already a lot of tags here, so let's just keep this one. But I should see if there's like a fucking like doujin tag, because doujin tags are much more in depth and there's a lot more unique doujins than there are unique hentais. But yeah. But yeah, 180p, I mean, it's appreciated, but again, I don't really care. Like, if it's 180p, cool. If it's not, whatever. Like as long as I can see everything and it's all working good, I don't care. Like if it was designed to be like 420 or some shit, I don't care. Like as long as it's what it's designed to be, then it's all good. Right, but yeah, no opinion. 180p is yeah, whatever. Let's see, boob job, Paizuri. Yeah, I put that in A. I mean, Paizuri, boob job, that typically goes when you with a glass who has like a larger set of breasts, usually like D size and above, which is honestly very common in hentai, just because you know it's a stereotype, big girls with big ass titties. Yeah, but yeah, Pie City, it's pretty good. I mean, like I said, never takes away. Pie City, it's pretty good, and when you're in that kind of mood to follow some big tits, yeah, it makes that jump. Now, I will say, me personally, I have a preference for more petite women, lasses with smaller titties. But like I said, all titty is good titty. There's no such thing as like bad titty. And hey, big titties, boob jobs, it's nice. It's nice. I have seen plenty of like dojins where the main focus is paizuri, and I always see paizuri as like an accompaniment. Like I don't see like boob jobs or paizuri as like the main course. I always see it as like almost like an appetizer in a sense, or like an addition on. Like I know some people would really like paizuri where that's like the main thing that they want, which hey, all the power to them. But while I like paizuri, it's not a main course for me. It's very much like I said, appetizer, maybe a little bit of a hors d'oeuvre, like a side dish kind of thing. That's how I see paizuri. But overall, it's still good. It's still good. Much appreciated, depending on the kind of woman that you're going to be having in there. Okay, so tentacles. Tentacles. This is a classic tag, a classic hentai tag. I'm gonna put that in A tier. I actually quite like tentacles because I saw it later. I mean, I know so tentacles that get into like the more weird aspects of like hentai because it is like strictly fantasy. Like all the other stuff you can replicate in other sorts of degenerate media, like porn and all that shit. Tentacles is something that's very specific to fantasy stuff, and honestly, I can get why other people don't like it, but I quite like it. Now I was exposed to this kind to tentacle stuff at an age where I probably shouldn't have. And many people when they think of hentai, they think of tentacles and they think, oh, that's so weird. But I think this is like the big barrier for like normies in terms of if they like hentai or not. Can they get down with tentacles? And if they can, hey, welcome to the degenerate club, baby. But yeah, I mean, tentacles is essentially like an extension of like the gangbang genre because, I mean, tentacles it's all about and also fits into like the restraint aspect, like again BDSM. Because with tentacle hentai, you're gonna see people getting restrained generally. You're gonna see like multiple penetration. You're gonna see groping. You're gonna see all that good shit. And yeah, I quite like tentacles. Like I said, I'll look it out every now and then. But again, not my favorite tags, but I really do like it. Again, doesn't take away. I quite like it. Now again, occasionally there's like, I mean, it doesn't always fit into like the consensual area. Usually tentacles like with the, can I say that on here? Fuck with the rape. usually that's what's in conjunction with tentacles, is rape. But, and I know that's a turnoff for some, but yeah, if you can look over that, it's fine. I mean, some people like that. I mean, I can kind of get it. Like, I kind of like seeing women scared. I kind of like that, but bloody hell, yeah. I don't have to get much into it more. Yeah, tentacles, it's good shit. Good shit. Pregnant. Now, this is one that's a little bit more divisive. So I just wanna, I'm not sure if they have impregnation, because impregnation and pregnant are two different things. I'm going to put pregnant in C tier. It's just so with impregnation is very, very common in hentai, because hentai has what porn usually doesn't, and what I like to call the coming attraction, where, you know, usually like the MC is like coming inside the main girl. I mean, sometimes they do it outside of the girl, but usually it's inside, because fantasy, you don't have to hold back with pesky things like, you know, childbirth. But in this, and yeah, sometimes we have like, you know, like I said, coming inside, cream pie, nakadashi as it were, it shows like, you know, insemination occurring. And sometimes like it leads to like the girl becoming pregnant afterwards, saying like, oh look, you got me pregnant. And it's very common, like lines of pregnant and like hentai lists where the girls say like, oh, get me pregnant, shoot your baby batter at me, blah 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 blah. Which, yeah, I get it. I mean, people like to joke about breeding kinks and how everyone has a fucking breeding kink that came free with your fucking human instincts. But for me, um, it's probably just because I don't like kids, or I fucking hate children, I fucking hate babies, that the idea of like bringing another life into this world, it's not one that I particularly enjoy. I mean, I know a lot of other people, they want kids, or they have that desire, so this is fine for them, the idea of having a family, or I guess like spreading their genetics if they enjoy it. But let's just say there's a reason I got a vasectomy. I don't want kids. Yeah. But yeah, if I see it in hentai, like usually like at the end where like, you know, like you see the couple like, oh, you got me pregnant, we're gonna have a happy life, blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, whatever. And but again, this can like add to times where sometimes they're fucking while pregnant. Again, usually it's like one of like the last scenes of like the hentai where they like, oh, you got me pregnant, like, oh, like, you know, you can, you know, I mean, no problem, so you can have two kids at once. Well, technically you can actually, it's rare, but you can do that. But yeah, and again, like some people like, or specifically like seeing pregnant women like having sex, which that's not me personally. Again, like, do I care? No, I'm not gonna look out pregnant sex. It's not something I'm gonna look for. It's just, whatever. And again, the idea of getting a woman pregnant that I don't want to, which would probably be no one, that's not really appealing to me. I mean, there's a reason like there's that whole like meme that's very popular, like, oh, like no pregnant, only breed. Like breeding, that's cool. Pregnant, no, I don't like pregnancy. Oh, nah, I'm not gonna put it to D. C is good. C is good. Like, it's not like something that's gonna like repulse me, or like, or makes me go like, or I have to tolerate it. If it's there, whatever. But I can always do without it. Like, I don't care about it whatsoever. Again, if you like it, totally cool. But again, it's not my thing. It's just kind of whatever. Right, but yeah, for C tier, pregnant, meh. Ugly bastard. Here it gets interesting. Now we're getting interesting. So, Ugly Bastard. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in D tier. Now, a lot of people will put that a lot lower, and but for me personally, like I said, D tier is stuff that I don't really like, or it's not something I'm ever gonna look for, but it's one of the things that I can tolerate. Again, I don't like it, but I can tolerate it. And yeah, again, a lot of people say like, oh, why does Ugly Bastard appear so much? Myself included, I've asked that question many times, which I actually have an answer for. I'm actually doing a video on it. But Ugly Bastard, again, it's that whole idea of degradation, okay? It's that humiliation, okay? A lot of these things are flowing into humiliation, and the idea of Ugly Bastard, I mean, it's like similar things with like, you know, like monster sex or bestiality and shit. It's the idea of degradation, of like seeing like a pretty girl like getting fucked by something disgusting. It's the idea of like, oh, they're getting degraded by being with something so disgusting. Like some people say Ugly Bastard is like for like self-insert for the people who are fat and ugly and like unkempt, which I'm sure for some people, yeah, or it's like the idea of, oh, if this ugly motherfucker can get pussy, hey, there's hope for me. But again, like, I don't think that's the main appeal of Ugly Bastard. The main appeal of Ugly Bastard is the degradation, essentially, of the idea of something like beautiful, like, or I'd say something pretty, like I said, like most hentai girls, being tainted by something gross or disgusting. That is the appeal of Ugly Bastard. That humiliation, is that degradation. Now, I personally think there's other ways to go about it that are more appealing to me in the more BDSM aspects. Like I much prefer like public sex than Ugly Bastard and other shit. But again, it all depends on what you like. And hey, there's a lot of Ugly Bastard porn for a reason. And from my experience, it appears that usually it's more like women who are actually into Ugly Bastard than guys are. Again, it all depends, but it definitely seems like it is more the female because that's the thing that a lot of people don't take these types of accounts. Is the kind of people who are liking it. I mean, a lot of people don't realize a lot of women are the ones making hentai. A lot of women are the ones making dojins, and that idea of degradation, that idea of, fucking humiliation, that appeals to them, and that's the whole idea of Ugly Bastard. Now, I have seen like plenty of like male dojin writers like use Ugly Bastard for that same thing of degradation. But hey, it's all about how you perceive things. But again, I'm gonna go more into it in like the video I'm making, like the whole appeal of Ugly Bastard. I'm still working on the script and I gotta get it done because I'm a lazy motherfucker, but I'll get it done eventually. But yeah, Ugly Bastard, yeah, it's meh. Schoolgirl. So there's lots of hentai that has schoolgirl. A lot of them use it in a high school or college setting just because a lot of the people in Japan, they see that as like their ideal like times and they want to go back to that period. Some people really don't like it. Again, I don't care. Schoolgirl, yeah, it's fine. Now, something I personally like a little bit more, if you're gonna go the whole schoolgirl aspect, is that, if it's like an older woman, but she still has her old school uniform and just like puts it on and it's a little bit too small for her. Like, I think that's nice. I like that. I mean, show like size difference and, tightness accentuates proportions. I like that. But that's usually not what this refers to. It's referring to, people in high school, people in college, which is very common, and yeah, I'm fine with it. Again, doesn't take anything away. It's fine. I mean, it doesn't really matter much. I mean, it's all like arbitrary, but yeah, schoolgirl, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry, let me get some water. Hydration is important. But yeah, not much else to add with schoolgirl. It's fine. It's fine. Next up, gangbangs. Gangbangs. I like this one. Gangbang, that's an A tier. That's an easy A tier. So, again, we're going this is like out of the vanilla category. Like, so a lot of these can like fit into like more vanilla ones. Gangbang, I mean, that's in the name. It's gonna be more for people. Now, gangbang, it basically, I mean, I like gangbang because a lot of people like confuse it with orgy. Nah, gangbang is specifically like one person getting fucked by a lot of other people. Typically, it's gonna be a girl fucked by a lot of other guys. I have seen like gangbangs where it's like one guy getting fucked by a lot of girls, but it's usually like the girl getting fucked by a lot of guys. And I personally like that because, again, like to reiterate, degradation. I like that. It's like the idea of someone getting used. I like that. And for other people, they like being in the situation of being used, which hey, I also get. But yeah, I mean, gangbang, and again, it's a very popular one. It's the idea of like seeing someone get used and abused, getting all their holes pumped and filled. I mean, essentially just being used as like a leftover cum stock and being just turned into a living cum dumpster, essentially. It's appealing for a lot of people. But yeah, gangbangs, those are fun. Those are fun. Again, it depends. Sometimes they're more consensual, other times they're more on the repa side of things. But yeah, gangbangs in general are good shit. Mind break, again, A tier for me. I like mind break. So again, it can always depend. Sometimes, for some mind break, it's like temporary. It can be like a fuck silly kind of thing, or getting someone tongue drunk, or like, let's say it can be like a couple and they're just like going at it, they're having a good time, and they're a bit rougher than usual, so the guy's hitting all the girls' good spots and like making her go blank from like pleasure. But it's a temporary thing, like maybe she'll be tongue drunk for a couple minutes, but then we'll eventually get out of it in like the next scene. Other times it's like more intense where let's say it's like breaking someone, like someone who like let's say hated sex but were maybe forced into it against their will, like done multiple times to a sense where they now love it. That's very, very common in hentai. That's a very common mind break. And I mean that is that whole idea of humiliation. I keep bringing it up. So many tags they revolve around humiliation and degradation. I should do it. I should study that. Why do so many things revolve around humiliation? I should study that. Well, anyways, but yeah, it ties into that whole idea. And hey, like I said, I'm a sadist. I like, let's say I like breaking things. And mind break, that's definitely part of it. So yeah, it's good shit. Honestly, like all of these tags, like I could go like much more in depth if I were to do some more research and have some notes with me. But all this stuff is like just going right off the top of the head. So yeah. Incest. This is a very can be very divisive. Some people really like it, other people fucking hate it because they think it's gross. For me, yeah, I'm more in the realm of liking it. Because again, it's the idea of taboo. Now, I'm sure if I had a sister, I may be singing a different tune, but I don't. I do not have a sister. So yeah, I can put myself into those like kind of fantasies. And again, it all depends on like your upbringing. Like for people like me who didn't have like really any siblings or didn't have a sister growing up, they can put themselves in that kind of fantasy. Or like, even if you do have a sister, the idea of like, oh, you have like a hot cousin who, you know, wants to bang, and the idea of like, oh no, you can't. Again, it's that idea of taboo. Or the idea of, hey, there's someone in close relation to me who wants to fuck. Again, it's all fantasy. I can go more into why some people like it, but at the end of the day, it's the idea of taboo. It's spicy. It's some good shit. And it's degenerate. Which, hey, I told you, I'm a degenerate. Next one. Yaoi. Yaoi. So, this is like all, it can be a larger encompassing. I'm just gonna say right now, for the most part, yeah, I'll put it in B. If y'all don't know, I myself am bisexual. Shout out to all my fellow bisexuals out there. But I feel like yaoi, it can be pretty broad. I mean, it can be used with like, that's the whole idea is like guy on guy. It's like gay porn or gay dojins essentially. But sometimes it can be used with, you know, again, it's the spectrum. It's a spectrum. At times, this could be used like with a standard guy with a femboy, or it can be like two like species going at it. You know, like sexy Draculas or sexy vampires and shit. It all depends. Like some yaoi is targeted more towards women. Some yaoi is targeted more towards gay men. Some yaoi is targeted towards more straight men. Like I said, with the whole femboy shit or tom girl. I don't know if they have tom girl on here, but yeah, yaoi and tom girl, that is essentially the same thing. But yeah, again, some people, well, I guess like straight people aren't into that. Or again, straight guys aren't as much into it. I know plenty of straight girls who love yaoi, which, hey, fair enough to them. Shout out to my Fujos out there. Shout out to the Fujoshis, who are not in my audience because I don't have an audience. But yeah, like I said, yaoi, it's pretty good. I mean, like I said, like it doesn't take away from anything. I'm fine with yaoi. I mean, I've watched plenty of like gay stuff before. It's fine with me. Like I said, I'm bi. But yeah, yaoi, it's fine. It's fine. Again, it's a spectrum. I think I'm more into like the guy and femboy kind of stuff, like tom girl essentially. But even so, if it's good, it's good. Like I said, if it's hot, it's hot. So yeah, yaoi, B tier. Uncensored. Yeah, I'll put that in A. It's always appreciated when things are uncensored. So, the whole like censorship laws in Japan is, it's kind of a clusterfuck. I don't want to get into all of it now, but even so, it's kind of gotten to a point where some people prefer their hentai to be censored. Sometimes they prefer like the whole pixely dick. Sometimes they prefer the black bars. But it's the whole idea of like when you don't see something, it's hotter than when you do see something, which I can kind of get. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be on here, but like there's like a kind of like subgenre of dojins or hentai that I actually like. It's like face masks. I actually like that because the idea of like you don't see everything going on, but it's still there, or like veils. Again, like you can't see everything, but you still see some of it. So it's like the idea of it, like your mind fills in the blank. You can make it harder than you like. So some people like censored. Personally, I get that, but at the same time, I'm just like, just get it over with. Just show me the goods. Like, it's a pussy. I know it's a pussy. Just get over with. We don't have to do this like pussyfooting around. Just fucking show it. Again, then again, there are people who say the same thing, like they know it's a pussy, but they want to have that illusion of like adding to it so that they want so they're gonna like want to hide shit. Again, I get it, but again, I just prefer my shit to be uncensored if you can. I mean, I get it, sometimes censoring can add to it tastefully, but at the same time, I just prefer shit to be raw. Just give it to me raw, baby. These are gonna make for good clips. Bondage, A tier. Bondage is good shit. Again, sometimes people like bondage done to them. I like tying up other people. I mean, like I said, I am a sadist, and restraining other people so that they can't fight back. Yeah, that's fun shit. I mean, I do have a whipcord. I mean, it's not on me right now because I'm not wearing my gauntlets, but I do have a whipcord. So, let's say I've had some fun in the past. I've had some fun in the past. It's fun when you can't fight back. Right. Toys. A tier. Oh, shit. Fuck. Sorry about that. There we go. But yeah, toys. I mean, it's good shit. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you want to just have like two people going at it, but toys, it's always gonna add to the experience. You're gonna have like a little bit of spice. I mean, come on. I mean, again, if you're just using your hands or your own bodily appendages, that's fine. But come on, there's only so much you can do. And again, you want to spice things up. We have technology for a reason. We have the technology, lads. All right. We can go beyond the mortal confines of our flesh. We have technology. We have the blessed machine to add to our pleasure. Alright? But yeah, shit like, anal toys, like vibrators, dildos, I mean, onohos, fucking cock rings, vibrators. Did I say vibrators already? Yeah, vibrators. I mean, come on. It all adds to shit. Do ball gags count as toys? Yeah, ball gag tennis toys. Yeah, ball gags, all that shit. I mean, again, it takes time in bondage a little bit, or PDSM, which is we'll get to it later. But yeah, it's good shit. It's good shit. Yuri. Ooh, do I want to say A tier or? Yeah, let's go A tier. Yuri's pretty good. Now I have seen some Yuri stuff which is kind of like meh, but when Yuri is good, it is really good. Now, Yuri is usually in conjunction with toys, but even just Yuri on its own, I mean, hey, two chicks going at it, good shit. Now, personally, I prefer Fuda a little bit more to Yuri, but I still do quite like Yuri quite a bit. Yuri, I mean, like I said, I like women, so having more women go at it, that's pretty good. But then again, it can be kind of boring. But then again, like cunnilingus is good, like tripping is good. Done with dodos, oh, those are really good. Yep, Yuri, I'll do that A. Yuri's A. Yuri's A. I mean, not much to add to it. Like I said, I like women, seeing two women go at it. It's good shit. It's hot. Hot, baby. Vanilla. So, I sometimes feel like the vanilla tag can get kind of bogged down in like meaning, because I guess at its core basis, it's just it's just basic. It's like two people having sex, or it's like more wholesome, where you're not gonna have, I guess, stuff that's like not as common, or you're not gonna have stuff that's, I guess, more degenerate in terms of like porn goes. But yeah, vanilla, it's good. Vanilla for the most part, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Sometimes I'm gonna want more spice. I'm gonna want people to be more aggressive in my porn or in my hentai. But even so, like, I like some wholesome stuff every now and then, like some good vanilla. Yeah, vanilla's good. Vanilla's good. I'll probably like order these like later on. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, this is good. BDSM, I quite like BDSM. That's an A tier. BDSM is good shit. Like I said, I'm more on the sadist side of things, so I'd probably be applying more of the BDSM shit. But yeah, strapping people in, tying people up, spanking, whipping, applying pain, applying pleasure. It's good shit. Like I said, I'm more on the sadist side of things, so I'm into more applying pain, but I like seeing, others be in pain. Also, that's fun. Pain, time of pleasure. Good shit. I don't feel like doing a whole lecture on BDSM. That's gonna take a while. I'd rather just do a whole video on that. But yeah, it's good shit. Let's see, foot jobs. Foot jobs. This has become more popular in recent years, which I have actually quite like, because foot jobs, that's an A tier, baby. Now again, some people, they like to see foot jobs as like the main thing. Some people like foot jobs as like the main thing. Again, foot jobs, it's similar to like boob jobs. It's intangent, okay? It's an appetizer. It's a side dish. It's an hors d'oeuvre. It adds to it, okay? Now, not to say I still like it. Actually, let me put these two like close to each other again. These are like the same thing with me. It adds to the whole experience, okay? Some people want that to be like their main focus at times. I think it adds to it, okay? It adds to it, and hey, it's very nice. Now, sometimes it can be, again, part of it was masochism, where like someone's like stepping on you or like degrading you or putting you down. Not really my thing, but again, I like foot jobs when it's like more on equal terms, or sometimes when you're forcing them to do it, or when they think it's a little bit weird. Yeah, like, that can be fun. That can be fun. I guess it's all about the position you're in, because sometimes you can do a foot job when the girl is laying down, or you can do it when you're laying down and they're standing on you. Again, it all depends. It all depends on the power dynamics and how you're utilizing it. Right? It's not like an all one-size-fit-all kind of thing, but yeah, it's good. You know, I realized that, I think it's a lot of things, like power is like a big thing, and like the kind of stuff that I like, or dynamics is a lot of things I like. Something to consider, something to consider. Tsundere. I quite like Tsundere. That's gonna be another A tier. I mean, because it can be intangent. Sometimes it's like, again, sometimes in the more consensual kind of ones, it's more like the girl is shy and doesn't want to admit it, but as time goes on, or as the hentai progresses, she opens up more. I like that shit. I like that shit. Because, I mean, girls who are like, I guess, or sometimes characters that are more open, they're great, but I like breaking them down, okay? I like seeing them quiver a bit, okay? I like making them embarrassed, okay? It's fun seeing them blush. Alright, and tsunderes, you're gonna see that more. You're gonna see that a lot more. Ah, man, I am a degenerate, man. But yeah, breaking them down, tsundere is very much in that tag. Or like when you see like a character that's a tsundere, you see like the more softer side of them that's more open. That's nice. That is also very nice because you get to see a different side of them. I mean, I've read like a lot of like dojos with like Taiga from Toradora. She's like one of the best tsunderes in my opinion. And you see her like, be more open. Yeah, that's good shit. That's good shit, baby. Yeah. But yeah, tsundere, A tier. Good shit. Ahagao. Let's do another A tier. Ahagao's good. I mean, because at the end of the day, Ahagao is like the big indication of pleasure, and that's the big thing of me. I like seeing girls in pleasure. I mean, I believe Ahagao translates to like melting pleasure in a sense, and yeah, it's good. Now, I want to make sure that we are applying this mainly to hentai, because sometimes when like you try to replicate it IRL, it looks very uncanny, and I have seen like some like doujin artists like they go a little bit more uncanny with it, but for the most part, Ahagao is good. Because again, it signifies melting pleasure. And that's some good shit to me. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I mean, Ahagao, like melting pleasure, it's good shit. Natori. Now, this is an interesting one. So, Natori is basically the cousin of Netarare. But a lot of people get them confused or mistake Natori for Netarare. But essentially what Natori is basically when you are in the position of Netararing someone else. Essentially, you are in the position of stealing another girl away or stealing another partner away. Essentially, to put in simple terms, you are the Chad while someone else is the cuck. Now, granted, well, yeah, Netori is in tangent with Netarari. It's not as it can be related to cheating, but it goes a little bit further because again, it is the idea of you're stealing someone else away. Excuse me. Again, a lot of people confuse like Netarare and Netori together. The main thing is like perspective and how the hentai is like portrayed. Because you could take the same hentai story, but the way you portray it could be either Netori or Netarare. You can't really have both. Well, technically Netarare is just a whole genre. It could be maybe I think I'm confused with Netarase. Yeah, there's three main ones. There's Netarare, Netori, and Netarase. Netarare, it just means like stealing a lover away. Netori means that you are in the position of stealing someone away. What Netarase means that you're in the position of like having someone be stolen away from you. In the aspect of like you are doing like the stealing away, yeah, I like that one. I mean, because again, it's the idea of like showing dominance, or again, like like the idea of like masochism of, or that idea of like, how do I say this? Yeah, it's the idea of dominance of how you can I guess, play homewrecker and show how much better you are than someone else, and have someone essentially submit to you in both fronts, in sexual front, and I guess in more of a social setting. Again, sometimes again, it's alright. For the most part, it's okay. If I'm gonna have Netarare, I'm gonna want it to be Netori. I don't know if Netarase is on here, but yeah, I much prefer, like, Netori. Does it make me a hypocrite? Maybe it does. I don't know. But again, it all depends. It all depends. And sometimes, like, with Netori, like, I guess the husband or, like, the partner of the girl being stolen away is a piece of shit, so you don't feel as bad for stealing them away, because, again, you're better, or that's how it is. Usually I find Netori stories to be more positive, or at least, again, it's how it's framing things, and I like it better. Again, I'm actually doing a whole discussion, like this, I'm like studying like the whole aspects of Netarare, because I feel it's very misunderstood. But yeah, Netarare is like a whole genre, and Netori is like the more, in my opinion, the more preferred kind of that genre. But again, I'm gonna go more into that, like my whole analysis part, that, and my whole analysis of like the Netarare genre, given how so many people have such a visceral reaction to it. But yeah. Kemi no Mimi. Kemi no Mimi. This is one of my favorites, and for that, it's going in S tier, baby. Woo! Wow. Oh, god, my voice cracked. Blah. But yeah, I quite like Kemi no Mimi. If y'all don't know, Kemi no Mimi essentially means like animal ears, or animal girls. Well, not really animal girls, it means animal ears. So when you see like cat girl, dog girl, basically like more than half of all VTubers are Kemi no Mimi in some regards. Like when you see like fox girls, wolf girls, like, yeah, those are all Kemi no Mimi. It basically means like, yeah, like girl or like humanoid with, they're gonna be humanoid with some animal features. Like I said, like with animal ears is very common, tails are very common. Sometimes they'll have like paws or something. That's not as common, but it can happen. But that all falls under Kemi no Mimi. I mean, but yeah, I really like that. I mean, I haven't ever said this in stream, but like Nekopara, one of my favorite like eroges. I fucking love Nekopara. I mean that's the one that really awakened like all my love for Kemi no Mimi, or for cat girls. I love me some cat girls, baby. But yeah, I know some people don't really like the whole Kemi no Mimi thing. They think it's weird, but like I said, I love that shit. Fucking love that shit, baby. But moving on. Horror. Horror. Now, this is an interesting one. So usually when it's more horror, it usually focuses more on the story, which I actually quite like the horror stories. It's actually again a whole analysis I want to do on like that correlation between eroticization and horror. Like I probably like like hentai and horror, just because like there's a lot of stories that like focus on like kind of like the macabre aspect of it. Now sometimes this can be like horror light, where it's just basically you're fucking a monster girl, where it's classified as horror, which yeah, technically you're fucking a ghost girl, which yeah, technically, but it doesn't really get into like, the whole of it. Or other times it'll be like a girl like getting fucked with by like, this big ugly monster, or like some like abomination kind of thing. I get that more. That's the thing. I like horror in stories, like horror hentai stories, but it's not really something that really gets me off. Like, I don't really get scaroused, really, because I don't really get scared very often. Yeah, it's very hard to make me scared. Um, I'll put it in C tier. Like, option. Like I said, it doesn't take away from anything personally. Like, if it's a good story, it's a good story. Like, horror isn't going to take away from anything. And again, sometimes, I mean, horror is, again, it's using in conjunction with other tags. Like, it's not out here, but like monster and stuff, it's going to be more with that. But yeah. Again, I want to do like a whole analysis on like why is like horror or that kind of stuff. I mean, you find it a lot more in dojins, especially that like association with like scary shit and horror. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say. Like, it's fine. It's really, it's fine. It's fine. That's what horror is for me. It's fine. Demon. Okay. I quite like demon. So usually that means demon girl, or it can be demon guy. And if it's demon guy, sometimes they're hot, sometimes they're ugly. Again, it all depends on how it's portrayed. But I'm just gonna assume it means like demon girl, and yeah, demon girls are pretty good. Now, I'm not sure if this like specifically means succubus, because succubus is pretty good, but overall, I mean, demon. You know what? Hmm. I don't know if I want to put that as like a high B or like a low A, because I like demon girls. Like succubus and all that kind of shit is pretty good. Sometimes it means like red skin, sometimes it doesn't, but let's do a high B. Let's do a high B. Yeah. But overall, demon girls are pretty good. I think if it was succubus, I might put it a little bit higher, but it's not specifying, so I'm not gonna put it higher. But demon, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Marry the succubus. I mean, if anyone knows that one, it's good shit. But yeah, demon's pretty good. Hail Satan, baby. Hail Satan. Next one, nurse. I'm gonna put the MB. Some people really like nurse because again, it's kind of like the idea of like someone taking care of you, or it's like the whole hospital roleplay. Again, it's someone taking care of you, and again, it can play into power dynamics of trusting that care to someone else, which I get. So usually, like with nurse stuff, you get like the male character is gonna be a bit more passive, and like the nurse character is gonna be doing medical procedures, and it can be more intrinsic, which I get that. Probably the series, I forget the name, but it's like the horror, like kind of one where it's the guy who broke both his arms, but he has to come every like 30 minutes or some shit, because, anti-logic, but it's all sadistic nurses who are doing their job, but they like to fuck with the guy. That's not really for me personally, but I get it. But again, like, nurse, it's alright. I think I'm more into like the nurse outfit more than the whole like nurse roleplay. So that's why it's only like in B tier. That's why it's only in B tier. So yeah, but overall, it's pretty good. It doesn't really take away from anything. Nurse overall, it's pretty good. Again, not my favorite, but it's pretty good. Cream pie, nakadashi. I mean, yeah, it's A tier. Now, it's very hard to find a hentai that doesn't have cream pie. Like, almost all hentai are gonna have cream pie or nakadashi in there. I mean, it's gonna be hard to find a hentai without that than one with. I mean, you can find plain dojos without that, but usually those are just image sets. But yeah, cream pie, it's very, very, very common. And yeah, I mean, if you don't like cream pie, I mean, you're gonna have a hard time with hentai, because again, it's very common. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, overall, I do like it. Which is good, it's a good thing I like it, because it's very common. I mean, do I want to elaborate why I like it? I mean, I don't know, like, natural instincts or something. Again, breeding is cool, pregnant is not, blah blah blah, all that shit. But yeah, cream pie, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Laying claim in a way. I don't know. Dubbed. Die. So, so I will say there are plenty of hentai dubs that are very funny. They are very funny, but in terms of actually getting my rocks off, nah. I'll be nicer. I'll put that in Shadow Realm. I mean, if there's ever like a subbed version of a hentai, I'm gonna watch the sub. Now, granted, if I want to laugh or take the piss out of something, then yeah, dubs are great for that. Like, dubs are hilarious to watch. In terms of something that's actually good, yeah, no, dubs are shit. And before any of you come at me say like, oh, what about stuff like Derpixion? What about stuff like Speedo? What about stuff like fucking Yonikis and shit? Like, hey, those are all fantastic hentai animers. Fantastic, they're great. I love those guys. I love all their works. But those aren't dubbed hentai. Those aren't dubbed porn. Those aren't dubbed. Those were intended to be in English. Those were intended with English voice actors. So it's good. When you intend for it to be in English, it's good. But when you're dubbing over something that already exists, it's not gonna work. I'm sorry. When you're trying to dub over something, it's gonna be incredibly uncanny 90% of the time. When you intend for it to be in English, yeah, it's probably gonna be fine. But when you're dubbing over something or dubbing over Japanese dialogue, it's gonna be uncanny. It's gonna be cringe. Like, I'm sorry. But this is probably just maybe me being a little bit more elitist in that regard, where I just don't really like dubs in general. I want to watch things in their original language if I can. But like I said, if I want to laugh, yeah, I'll watch a dub hentai because those are gonna be funny. But if I want something to, like I said, actually get my rocks off, you're gonna be hard pressed for me to actually choose a dubbed hentai. Like, again, if I want to get my rocks off, why would I choose dub when sub is available? But yeah. Moving on, moving on. Lactation. Lactation. That typically goes in tandem with, like, well, I have seen, like, small breast lactation. But yeah, overall lactation, it's pretty good. I'll do that as a solid B. Solid B. Lactation's pretty good. I have seen some hentai that are strictly revolved around lactation, and there's sometimes when I'm in that mood. But yeah, I mean, when the realms of hentai, like, there's plenty of times when you can see, like, the girls lactating when they're not pregnant. But again, sometimes lactation does go hand in hand with pregnancy, which, again, it's fine, but it doesn't really get me. But I think I'd much prefer lactation to hentai. I mean, just nipple stimulation in general is hot. And lactation can be, like, a byproduct of that stimulation, which, again, hot. Oh no, I'm thinking of some of the lactation hentai I have seen. Yeah, some of them are pretty good. Granted, I mean, hentai exaggerates things a lot more than it is IRL. I don't think it's as applicable to lactate IRL as it is in hentai, apparently. And I don't think people are, like, spraying on a bunch of shit with their lactating coming. But again, even so, that is still pretty hot. But yeah, lactating, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, this is gonna sound fucked up, but lactating is essentially, in hentai, lactating is essentially, like, treated as, like, female ejaculation in a way. I mean, squirting is female ejaculation, but hentai can be seen as an extension of that, which I get, and yeah, it's nice. It's hot. It's hot. What is wrong with me? Okay, what do we got now? What do we got now? Ghost. Ghost hentai. Yeah, I'd do this. I'd put that in A. Ghost is pretty good. Ghost is pretty good. Again, usually with horror in that regard, but I have seen plenty of, like, ghost girl hentai that are pretty wholesome, that aren't scary. But other times it can get into, like, the more dangerous. Like, I've seen, like, plenty of, like, hentai where the guy's an exorcist and has to fuck the demons out of the ghost, or fuck the evil spirit out of, like, such a sacred place. Which I can get into. Baning evil spinach with your semen. I can get into that. I've also seen other hentai that are more independent, where you can get into some pretty interesting stuff with ghosts. Like, y'all ever seen a reverse blowjob before? I mean, that you can only do that with, like, a ghost girl or, like, a slime girl, but if y'all ever seen, like, a reverse blowjob, I mean, that's some awakening shit, man. That's some awakening kind of shit. And hey, clearly ghosts, they can float, so it's easier on the arms if you want to pick them up. But overall, yeah, ghosts, good shit. Does that count as necrophilia? Does fucking a ghost count as necrophilia? Fuck it, it's fine. Okay, next up. Futanari, Futanari. That's an A tier. Now, I'm gonna put that as, like, mid or high A, basically. So, now, I really like Futa. Like, most of the times, like, if it's, like, good Futa, then I'm gonna be really into it. However, like, with a lot of other tags, Futa is, like, a wide spectrum. And a lot of the times, like, when you hear Futa, they mean, like, massive cocks. And I mean fucking massive cocks. Now listen, I can appreciate a nice cock. I can appreciate, like, a good sized cock. But when it gets, like, ridiculous proportions, like when you have, like, a fucking 10-foot cock, okay, yeah, I think that's stupid, and I'm not gonna be as into it, because, again, I get it, it's fantasy and it's all about exaggeration, but this is just me. I personally prefer when the individuals in my hentai have more realistic, quote-unquote, proportions. Like, I get it, it's hentai, it's not gonna be realistic, but what I mean is, like, if they're gonna have cocks, I prefer it to be, like, less than 12 inches. Like, if you're gonna have a cock, like, most I can handle is, like, 12 inches. Like, if you're gonna get, like, 10 feet long cocks or, like, 3 feet long cocks, like, these massive cocks that are, like, twice the size of your body, or, like, the size of your body, like, okay, it doesn't get sexy at me at that point, it just gets kind of ridiculous and gets kind of fucking stupid for me. No, I get it, some people like that exaggeration, but not for me. And again, I feel like there's more potential with Fuda that's not always recognized. Because sometimes when it's just, like, Fuda and, like, girls, then yeah, of course the Fuda's gonna be on top, like, fucking. But, like, sometimes when it's Fuda on guy, like, I like that kind of genre, but, you know, I want to see the Fuda get fucked. But a lot of times it's more like, so the guy getting fucked, which, yeah, that's alright, but I want to see the Fuda getting fucked also. I mean, If I mean, Fuda means that they have a vagina. Come on, you gotta use the vagina also. Use the cock and the vagina, okay? Or let me fuck the vagina while I'm simulating your cock, okay? That's more hot in my regard. Like, if you have, like when it comes to, like, Fuda, like, if you give me, like, a realistic size penis, and, like, you know, I guess in more of that regards, and like they can be stimulated as well, then it's gonna be fucking S tier, S tier, baby. But overall, but I still like Fuda. I still really do like Fuda quite a bit. It's just that there are kinds of Fuda that I'm not as into. Also, like sometimes like Fuda has like force cocks and shit, which I don't get the appeal of force cocks, dude. Like, okay, part of me does. Like again, degradation, like humiliation, blah 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 blah. But like again, it's like it's just such like the big, just such a stupid degree. It's just like really like Also, for me, well, I like sodomy, like providing sodomy to others. Like I like anal, but I'd rather not receive anal. Mainly just because put simply, I have a sensitive ass, and yeah, I don't putting shit inside me does not go well. It does not turn out well. How do I know this? No comment. But yeah, I don't prefer shit to be inside me. At least not to a massive degree. Like like one knuckle, I can do one knuckle, maybe two knuckles. I can do two knuckles. Maybe with enough lube, maybe three. But for the most part, yeah, I can do slightly. Why am I going off on this tangent? Why the fuck am I going off on this on an anal tangent for me? Ah, fucking hell, dude. Fucking hell. Oh no, clip that. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, next one. Marathon. Okay, well this is specifically for, I guess, hentai, I guess. So marathon, I mean, this isn't really much of a tag, it's more of like, well, I guess it is technically a tag, but it is more like when basically you're just stringing a bunch of episodes together. This isn't really like a sexual thing, this is more like highly like consumer hentai. And, yeah, no opinion. Again, like, yeah, sometimes you want to just like binge through a show and like just have it be like an hour long. I get that. I get that, but going between episode to episode, it's not hard to do. It doesn't take anything away. Like I have no opinion like marathoning or when it's all together. Again, it's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah. But honestly, you don't really see this tag anymore because all of these are honestly they're from the old Hentai Haven website before it got taken down. And yeah, Hentai Haven would occasionally string episodes together to make a marathon version. But H Anime, which is like the de facto site now for hentai, they don't really do that as much. So yeah. You know, I never thought about. I'm just thinking, like, do you think I'm shadow banned because I use hentai in my description in my title? Huh. I wonder if I just shadow ban myself by doing that. Oh well, I'm sure it's fine. Ah, bloody hell. I need some water. I'm talking a lot. Well, hey, this is how you can get me to yap. Talk about hentai, and I'm gonna fucking yap all day. It's better. Ah, it's better. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ow. Ow. I wonder if I should. Sorry, I'm just thinking to myself. Ah, where were we? Where were we? How many? We're making good progress. We're making good progress. I'll probably be here for like another hour or something. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, where were we? Where were we? Right, version. I'll put that in B tier. So with version, I mean, some people like really like idolize versions and like being like the first person. I kind of get it, like you know, like the idea of like again like laying claim in a sort of way. I get it, but it's just alright. Like, some people really like virgins, like, and I mean, I get it. Hentai, it's like a whole different thing, because, like, they'll say, like, oh, I'm a virgin, but, like, you know, they can give, they can give, like, the Gluck Gluck 3000, because, oh, I watched some porn, I'm an expert on blowjobs now, but, yeah, really, no, you're not, no, you're not. But again, sometimes the virgin tag can be nice, because it shows intimacy. Like, again, when virgin is paired with vanilla, it's nicer, because it can show, like, intimacy, and, like, the whole, like, dynamic. That can be nice. Some people like the whole like breaking of like the hymen kind of thing of like being like again like the first time, or like I said again like laying claim. I get it. I get it. It can be nice, but you know, like, I don't need it. I don't need virgin. Like, I mean, in IRL, like virgins, they're not good at sex. If you're a virgin, you're not good at sex. I mean, I should know. I'm a virgin. I'm fucking shit at sex. But yeah, I mean, if you want good sex, I mean, go for sluts. Like, sluts, I mean, hell yeah, I love sluts. I don't know why slut is such a derogatory context. Like, hey, slut is a good I don't know why it's only used for women. Like, slut can be used for both men and women, and slut should be a positive thing. If you're good at sex, hell yeah. We love sluts here. We fucking love sluts here. But yeah, put it on the record. I value song and very pro slut. Clip that. You can clip that, baby. Ah. But yeah, overall virgin, it's fine. I definitely see the appeal, and sometimes it's very nice. I mean, when the virgin tag is tied with a tag, let's say Molly or something. Yeah, I can get that. It can be nice. It can be nice. But yeah, overall virgin, it's alright. I don't need it, but if it's there, that's fine. It doesn't take away. Licking, cunnilingus. A tier. A tier is good. Now, licking, I mean, usually that, I'm assuming that's usually referring to like cunnilingus. I mean, I could refer to like licking like in the blowjob and shit. But yeah, licking is good. I mean, doesn't matter who's doing it. I love me some cunnilingus. I mean, I'm just gonna say this. If y'all don't eat pussy, you should be eating pussy. And if y'all don't eat ass, you should be eating ass. It takes a real man to go down on another woman. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? But yeah, licking, that's some good shit. Licking is good. Doesn't matter who's doing the licking is good. Hell, it can refer to like body licking in a sense. And again, that whole idea of intimacy. I mean, like licking tits, licking clits. I mean, feet licking, like armpit licking, like neck licking, ear licking. I mean, it's all good in my book. I mean, the whole idea of like licking, it shows intimacy. Sometimes it can be degradation, but it's usually that the whole idea of licking is intimacy. That's what licking is. It means intimacy. And I like that. I like that. Right, next. Next. Monster Girl. Monster Girl. That's gonna be a high A tier. Gonna be a very high A tier. So now with some Monster Girls, I could definitely put that as S, but Monster Girl is a very broad kind of subject. Monster Girl is very broad. I mean, some Monster Girls are, not all Monster Girls are created equal. I'm very sorry. Not all Monster Girls are created equal. Well, then again, fuck it. Fuck it, some Monster Girls are so good enough. S tier. I can do a whole tier list on Monster Girls themselves, but I love Monster Girls. I fucking love Monster Girls. Call me a Monster Girl fucker, because I fucking love Monster Girls. I mean, I do not own the Monster Girl Encyclopedia for nothing, baby, okay? I am a connoisseur of Monster Girls, okay? I mean, there's a reason Interspecies Reviewers is one of my favorite shows. Like, no joke, Interspecies Reviewers is like an unironic 10 out of 10 for me. I fucking love that show. Those boys, I mean, they're homies. They're my homies. They're the homies. Right, next up. Yeah, Monster Girl, I mean, what's not to love? I mean, it's sex with, like, different types of creatures. It shows, like, different types of relations. Like, I can't say my thoughts for Monster Girl with, like, a whole Monster Girl tier list. I should do it. Yeah, next time I make a schedule, I'm gonna do, like, a whole Monster Girl tier list, because Monster Girls are some good shit, baby. Double penetration. Oh, double penetration. That's good. I'm gonna put that also in S tier. I love double penetration. I mean, that whole idea of, like, let's just say I like stuffing holes, okay? I'm a hole filler. I mean, and hell, what's better than filling one hole? Filling two holes. I mean, it all depends. I mean, hentai, it's usually... Sorry, I lost my train of thought, but yeah. Double penetration, it's good. It's good. I mean, Yeah, it's S tier. I mean, I don't think there's ever a time when double penetration takes away. I mean, like I said, I like threesome, but you can get double penetration with like even with just two people. You can get DP with like dildos with vibrators. You can do it. I mean, come on, play with both holes, okay? You got two holes for a reason. You might as well use both of them. Plus, it'll usually lead some more intense orgasms. That's some good shit. And like I said, I think what I really like is the whole idea of like using another person, or like I guess like the degradation of like using someone as like a cum dumpster. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna get banned if I keep going, aren't I? Oh well. Again, anal. I'm gonna put that as A tier. So the reason I'm not putting it as S tier is because I like anal. I really like anal. But you know, I don't need it. Like, it like basically when I mean like S tier means like all hentai I consume would be fine with having this. And while I do really like anal, you know, I want pussy penetration also. Anal penetration, fucking great. Anal play, fucking great. But you know, I also like pussy penetration. I wouldn't say I put one above the other. I mean, there are times when I'm in moods for anal more than more than pussy. But I like both. I'm not gonna say I like anal more than pussy. I like both of them. It's just I'm in different moods for. Sometimes I can't talk. Sometimes I'm gonna be in the mood for anal. Sometimes I'm gonna be in the mood for pussy. It all depends. I'm not gonna put one over the other. It all depends on what I feel in that very moment. I mean, again, that's why I like double penetration. You get both of them. You get the best of both worlds, baby. That's why I like DP. But yeah, anal. But even so, anal is still very nice. Blowjobs. I mean, A tier. Blowjobs are good shit. Now again, there are some people who really like blowjobs, and that's gonna be like their main focus. And hell, I love a good blowjob. I love a good blowjob, and oh, there are times when blowjobs can be the main course. There are times when blowjobs can be very good, but what I personally like, this is just me. This is just me. I like when there can be simultaneous orgasm. I like when both parties are feeling good. All right, and with blowjobs, I mean that can usually just mean, I mean, again, I mean, the best blowjobs is when like the girl is like fingering herself when she's riding a dildo and she's got a vibrator in, so she can feel good also. But even so, like blowjobs are still good. Blowjobs are still good. I mean, even if like the girl, I mean, isn't like simulating herself, it's still very hot and it's still pleasurable. And hell, I mean, I like choking girls and hear a girl choking a cock. That's some good shit. I mean, those gagging noises. Woo! Oh boy, that's some good shit. Uh, but yeah, blowjobs are good. So, in terms of like the whole meal analogy I'm using, maybe I would see it as, it goes beyond an appetizer. Blowjobs go beyond an appetizer, in my opinion. Um, maybe blowjobs can be like the first course. Like yeah, blowjobs are like a multi-course meal. I feel like blowjobs are best enjoyed in like a multi-course meal. It's like the first course, and then you get to the second course. That can be like pussy. That can be anal. Like that can be DP. That can be like a good like second course, or like a bigger course. Yeah, blowjobs that goes beyond an appetizer, but I would say that's a good first course. Blowjobs are a good solid first course. Hell, depending on how the blowjob is done, it can be a main course. The blowjobs is really good, very solid. Blowjobs very solid. And honestly, most hentai have blowjobs because like they see it as like foreplay, or most hentai will have like multiple like thumb scenes, and they're gonna like have like the first one be the blowjob, and then the second one's gonna be like the inside the girl, usually, or stimulated with the girl's nether regions is gonna be number two. Blowjobs are usually like number one though, but yeah, blowjobs, good shit. Good shit, good shit, good shit. Big boobs, big boobs. Big boobs go in B. Again, like, I like all titty. All titty is good titty. And big boobs, yeah, they can be nice. But like I said, me personally, I prefer more petite lasses. Again, like I said, all titty is good titty. But overall, if I had a choice, I do prefer more petite lasses. That's me. That's my thing. But even so, I'm not gonna say no to big tits, okay? If a girl has big tits and I like her and she's still hot, hell yeah, let's party. Again, these are all my personal preferences. I don't dislike big titties at all. I still like big titties. I just have a preference for smaller ones. But that's just me. That's just me. But yeah, still very solid. Still a solid B. Next. X-ray. Now, X-ray in hentai is very, very, very common. It's one of the main like things that distinguish it from like real regular porn or like Jav and stuff is that they'll usually have like a shot or two of like the penis inside the vagina or inside the ass, like pumping it. How sometimes even inside the throat. I actually quite like X-ray. I think X-ray is good because it allows you to like it gives a better visualization. Again, like your mind can do some work, but X-ray it adds to things. Okay, you can see the larger picture as a whole. Alright, with X-rays, I mean, you can like visualize the stimulation. You can visualize like how like things are better. Or sometimes like it's nice when like it shows like the outside of it and like it shows like the insides at the same time, like an X-ray. Like, sometimes it's not necessarily like a shot inside the vagina or inside the pussy, inside the ass or something. It's like showing them fucking normally, but like on the side or like I said, X-ray, you can see how things are going on inside. Now, granted, is it accurate to real life? Generally not. Generally, cocks aren't, pressing inside the womb walls as much. They're not slamming against the woman's uterus as much. But, like I said, it's hentai. You take it for what it is. Yeah, but overall, X-ray is good shit. X-ray is good. X-ray is good, baby. Ah. Okay, inflation. Ah, boy. I'm gonna put inflation D. I don't like inflation that much. So, now, inflation, it's another thing, it's a spectrum. So, with me personally, I can handle very minor inflation if it's like incumflation, because inflation and cumflation are similar, but they're separate. I can do like mild cumflation, like let's say like the girl, like a guy's fucking a girl, like usually like a Fuda is fucking a girl, and like they come in buckets, like if you see like a slight stomach bulge, I think that's nice actually. I can do it. But like when they're like coming buckets, like the girl's stomach just fucking like flails open, like it's like you pump, like it like grows like two sizes, or yeah, I'm not really into that. Like again, I get it. It's the idea of like degradation and being used once again. I'm bringing up degradation once more. But yeah, or that whole idea of like being used, of like being totally filled, which I get it. I like throwing people up, but inflation gets to like a ridiculous point that I don't like. Now I'm assuming it means cumflation because inflation is a whole other thing. Like other inflation can be a whole other thing, and again, it can get to a fucking ridiculous degree. God, the shit I've seen on DeviantArt has fucking ruined me. But yeah, when it's like tasteful, when it's like a tasteful cumflation, I'm fine with it. But when it gets to like a ridiculous degree of like like the stomach like growing like 10 sizes or some shit, like no, no. Which is unfortunate because usually like inflation can sometimes be like in conjunction with tentacles, and I like tentacles. But once there's inflation or like cumflation is the more specific term, it's just I don't like it as much. Like, but yeah, inflation I can usually do without. If it's tasteful, that's fine. Like again, that's what D tier is. Like, is I'm fine without it. Like I'm fine without this stuff. And again, these are more things I tolerate, and it can be done in tasteful ways. They can be in tasteful ways, but usually I prefer without. And again, like I said, if it's tasteful like cumflation, I'm fine with it, and I can like it at times. But usually, I'm not going to be really into it. Right. Next one, monster. See, they specify monster girl is up there. Monster is different. So when they mean monster, they're going to be referring to like typically a girl or a female protagonist in a hentai getting fucked by a monster. And again, in hentai, monsters serve the same purpose as ugly bastards, essentially. Of again, degradation, of the whole idea of being used, of like humiliation, of being put down in a sense, of losing control. But overall, I have to say, I actually kind of like Monster. Now, it really depends on the monster and how it's done and shit, but I actually like Monster. So you may be asking, Val, why do you like Monster more than Ugly Bastard? Well, the reason I say that is because it's the separation of reality, okay? Ugly Bastards, I mean, I've seen plenty of ugly people, and again, even though I'm bi, but I don't like ugly people. Like, but with Monster, that's so far separated from humans and humanoids that it's fine with me. Like, because again, I don't think anyone is attracted to monsters for the physical attributes. It's the power dynamic. It's the power rules, okay? I mean, and again, I feel like the whole idea of like in a way to again, like the whole idea of ugly bastard monster is to show the contrast between the protagonist and the doing the fucking. And I think monsters do that more because if you want to just have like again like something to be used to fuck a girl, I think monsters work better than ugly bastard in that regard. Because again, I think it's much more appealing to look at a monster than it is to look at an ugly bastard. I mean, look at Vandertails. Again, Binder Pixion. Vandertails is a fantastic example of how a monster is done well. Hell, even like the other one, like Stuffy Bunny, monster works to great effect. Works to great effect. So yeah, any Dogen artists, if they're watching this, more monster, less ugly bastard, please. Monster is cool. Ugly bastard, I don't like as much, okay? Monster is much better than ugly bastard. I'll take monster over ugly bastard any day of the week. Any day of the week, I'll take monster over ugly bastard. But yeah, I could probably go more in depth into it, but I think I made my point pretty clear. If anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. Okay, next one. Alien. Now this one is interesting. You don't really see Alien as much these days anymore. Huh. So I think I've made myself pretty clear with monster stuff. So if it's like again, if it's Alien doing the fucking to the girls, again they're probably gonna be more on the monster side, and again the whole degradation, blah 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 blah. But if it's Alien girls, then I kind of feel like goes into monster girl territory. Where yeah, I've kind of already described it. Like I don't know why you put like Alien. Like I think Monster Girl and Monsters pretty well covers it. Like it's pretty much the same. I would say. I guess if you have a specific like thing for aliens, cool, but I don't. But like I said, I like monster girls. Like, I mean, that alien girl from Honey Pop, like, she was really cute. And I mean, I love my sci-fi. So again, if it's a hot alien chick, hell yeah. Um, I'll put that in C. Again, plenty of hot aliens out there, but I feel like that kind of falls more under Monster Girl. Yeah, again, if it's a hot alien, I feel it falls more under Monster Girl. But again, if it's just like Alien, I feel it's a bit too broad, but again, it's fine. It's fine. Like, I don't really see the point. Like, I feel like Alien will fit into either Monster or Monster Girl. I don't think you need a whole other tag for Alien. But I guess I get it. It's specifics, but yeah, my feelings toward Alien is it would be the same thing as Monster Girl or Monster. I don't really need to go over it again. Plot. Now this was again, it's from the Hentai Haven days of like when it was a hentai that focused more on the story or had a continuing story, and I would say yeah, I'll put that in B. Like a good hentai. Well, I mean, some of like my favorite hentai will have a good story, or like here's the thing: if you can have a good story in hentai to make me give a shit more about the characters, again, I'm gonna like your hentai a lot more. I mean, there's a reason, like I said, I love Nekopada, is because it made me give a shit about the characters, and I feel like I think if I'm gonna go for a plot in a hentai, I'm probably gonna go more for a visual novel or an eroge. I'm probably not gonna watch something, but if you're gonna have a reoccurring story, then yeah, I'm down for it. Like I said, Tales, that had a pretty good story. It was a simple story, but it got the point across. And again, I feel like they lean into more like the story aspects of it in either horror hentai or fantasy hentai. I think those will go into the plot much more. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. When it has a good story, I'm going to be more invested, and I like being invested in my hentai. Granted, sometimes they can use that to hurt people, or to hurt you more. But yeah, for the most part, it's fine. It doesn't take away. Sometimes it can be, I mean, there are times when I'm like, oh, get to the fucking already. But if it's a good story, yeah, it'll add to it. It'll definitely add to it. Next. Okay, so we have a maid. Some people really like maids. I like maids also, but I'm not crazy about them. Like, a good maid, yeah, I'm into. I mean, maid outfits can be very nice, they can be sexy, they can be nice, but again, they're not something I go crazy about. But I like them. I mean, once again, I live in Nekopada, and like their whole, like a waitress attire in La Soyelle, and in La Soyelle, is you know, it's maid inspired. With you know like the black dresses and the head fucking what's that called? Headband? I don't know. But yeah, maid, it can be nice. It can be nice. Again, it's not my favorite outfit out there, but I like maid outfits. They can be sexy. They can be nice. But yeah, maid, solid B. Solid B. POV, POV. No, these aren't. There are definitely like specific like POV hentai. Like, god damn it, stop showing me Clash of Clans, okay? I'm not getting into that piece of shit game. Sorry. But yeah, POV. So it's not like I would say. Yeah, I'm indifferent. I would say that as a C. Any POV point of view, I would say they're not super common. You're probably going to see them more in doujins rather than hentai, but there are plenty of hentai that have POV, and yeah, they're fine. Hell, POV can be pretty nice if you want to really self-insert. I mean, that's the thing. If you really like self-insert, POV is the way to go. And yeah, self-insert can be very nice, depending on how you do things. Um, but yeah, I guess if it's more like the independent side of things and it's with a character I really like, then yeah, POV is gonna be great. But if it's with some random fucking bitch I don't know and like a random hentai, then I don't care. But yeah, it's gonna have to be, for me, POV is very selective if I'm gonna like it or not. But I guess like POV is never gonna take away. I mean, there are gonna be times when POV is not gonna give you as good of an angle on certain scenes. But, you know, it can compensate, but yeah, POV, it's fine. It's fine. Point of view is fine. Right, next one. Comedy, comedy. B tier. A good comedy hentai is great. I love being able to laugh when I nut. I mean, actually, no, I'll put that in A. I'll put that in A. Because if it's a good comedy, that means that they're showing attention to their world, to their story, to the characters. And usually, if it's a good comedy, that means that writers actually give a shit to some degree. And when they give a shit, that usually means the hentai scenes are done better. Now, it's not as I have seen a couple hentai that are funny, but you know they're not really as sexy, not as common. Like if it's a good comedy, then they're going to be pretty hot as well. They're going to be pretty good as well. But even so, at the very least, if it's funny, hey, I'm going to get something out of it. I mean, I think a good example of a comedy hentai would be Rants. I mean, Rants is a classic, man. Like, yeah, Rants is a good example of that. I fucking love Rants. But yeah, comedy, it's pretty good. It doesn't take away at all, and I feel it enhances things. Orgy, orgy, okay, orgy. I'm gonna put that one into B. So sometimes like orgy and gangbang can be classified to the same thing, but it's not necessarily the same thing. I mean, orgy is just a bunch of people fucking at the same time, and orgy, it's alright. I mean, sometimes I feel like when it's like a bunch of people fucking all at once, it can get diluted, like the main scene on which you want to focus on, just because there's so much going on at once. But if they're focusing on like a small group of people who are fucking, like let's say like 5 people are fucking at once, I think that can be pretty good. But it all depends on how you do it. Because sometimes it can just be like a bunch of like random pairs. Like let's say you have like there's like a record for like the biggest orgy ever. It was like 100 like pairs of people fucking all at once, like so like 200 people. But even though it was like that was like the biggest orgy ever recorded, it was honestly really fucking boring because it was just like a bunch of like, because again it was just a bunch of couples fucking, like there was no spice. It was basically just vanilla 2.0 because no one's interacting. You're just all a bunch of people fucking all at once. Which, yeah, that's fine. But what are you gonna focus on? Like, if I want to see like a group of people fucking, just give me the one pair so I can just hang on them so I can hear what they're saying so I can focus on the girl. But if it's a bunch of people fucking together, and again, it's like everyone's engaging with one another, like, you know, like you have like threesomes going on, you got people sucking on other people's titties, like you got people licking ass, you got people like licking someone's cock while they're fucking a bitch. Like, hey, that's good shit. That can be good when everyone's engaged together. I like that in orgies. But if everyone's just kind of going off and doing their own thing with their selected pair, then that's more boring in my opinion. But if everyone's getting it on all together, that's more fun, and I like that. And I like that. But yeah, anyways, orgy. But even so, orgy is still pretty good. Again, it doesn't take away usually. Okay, next. Harem. Harem. I quite like harem ones. So harem are usually going to be in conjunction with series that are going to be more long running. They're going to have like each episode focusing on like a different girl usually. But I actually quite like that because it can focus on different kinks. It can focus on different aspects of certain genres. I actually quite like harem. I'm gonna put that in. Let's put that in like a low A. Harem is pretty good. I mean, you're getting to see more sex happen all at once, and usually with harem, you usually go with threesome usually later on if you're lucky. Sometimes even orgy later on if it's a good one. But yeah, harem, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's very common with harems that it's going to be each episode focusing on a different girl or a different like group of girls, something like that. But even so, I like variety. I like variety, so harem, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, masturbation. B tier. B tier. Masturbation is pretty good. I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, some people are not really into masturbation. They want to see people actually fucking, but hey, I mean, maybe this is more like with actual porn. Like, if I'm gonna watch IRL porn, I actually kind of like masturbation content, but I guess with hentai, it's more of like, I guess, yeah, if you can go all the way, go all the way, but again, sometimes masturbation, again, it's an aspect of it. It's an aspect, okay? Masturbation in hentai is very much like an hors d'oeuvre hentai. It's what to get you going, it's what gets you started, okay? It's foreplay, okay? That's what it is. Masturbation in hentai, it's the foreplay. I honestly think I don't think I've ever seen any hentai that focuses only on like one person masturbating. I've never seen a hentai that is like solely focused on masturbation. Again, yeah, masturbation hentai, it's always the foreplay, okay? It's the hors d'oeuvre of it. That's what it is. In the whole grand meal of hentai, masturbation is an hors d'oeuvre. It sets you up, adds things to it. Oh, sometimes if it's a girl like giving a blowjob and they're masturbating, that's good. It adds to it. It's adding to it. But masturbation is never going to be like a sole focus. It's adding to it. Masturbation, you're always adding to the scene. It's never going to be the focus of the scene. Right? Masturbation is basically like the side character. It's an important side character, but you know, it's a side character nonetheless. But yeah, overall, still good. Still very good. Next, facial. Facial. When you're coming on a girl's face. Yeah, I'd say B. I can appreciate a good facial. I can appreciate a good facial. I mean, if I had a choice, I kind of think, you know, coming in down a girl's throat or coming in a girl's pussy is hotter. But I can appreciate a good facial. I mean, like I said, it's like, the whole appeal is like marketing your territory or like laying your claim. And I like that. And again, sometimes it can add to degradation. A lot of kinks are really about degradation, aren't they? Yeah. But overall, facial is pretty good. If I had the choice, I prefer like to come inside the girl's throat if I have a choice. But if that's gonna have, but again, facial is fine. Facial is fine. Facial is good. Facial is fine. Let's leave that right there. B tier. Solid B tier. Next, cosplay. Cosplay. S. Cosplay is good shit. I love cosplay in my hentai. I mean, what else is there to say? I like seeing different scenarios. I like seeing girls dressed up as different characters or different like roles. I mean, it adds something. I mean, it adds to different scenarios without having to commit. And because when you let's say if you're committing to like the whole like maid hentai, you gotta set things up. You gotta set up the story. It can be clusterfuck of like setting things up. But cosplay is just like, hey, you find this maid outfit cute? Hell yeah, let's fuck. I mean, it cuts out the bullshit. Okay? I mean, it's quite simple. Seeing different outfits, different scenarios is hot, and it adds to the experience. I mean, cosplay is good shit, man. Okay, I mean, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Cosplay is good. Femdom! Oh, Femdom. Apologies, I'm gonna have to put that into D tier. Yeah, I don't really like Femdom. Again, maybe if it's like light Femdom, if it's like very light, I can deal with it. But it's never gonna be something I look out for. It's not gonna be something I look for. I mean, yeah, I'm not into that. Again, me personally, I don't care for degradation. I don't really care for, I guess, I mean, I'm okay with like being stepped on, but it's more of like the massage kind of way, like, because sometimes like pressure can feel nice, but in terms of like the humiliation, degradation sort of thing, no. I mean, that's kind of why where did I put foot jobs? Yeah, I put foot jobs in A, but a lot of times foot jobs are like in conjunction with femdom, where like the girl will be like insulting you, like, oh, look at you, you're getting up on a girl's feet, oh, you're so pathetic, blah, 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 blah. Like, that doesn't do anything for me. Like someone talking down to me, someone trying to humiliate me, that does nothing for me. It does a lot of things for a lot of other people, but humiliation, it does nothing for me. Like, if you were to, like, try to humiliate me or insult me, that's not gonna make me do anything. If anything, it's just gonna piss me off and make me want to throw hands. So, yeah, Femdom, apologies, it does nothing for me. A lot of other people like it, but it does nothing for me. I'm sorry. Next, rim jobs, rim jobs. Okay, might be a bit more controversial take here. I like rim jobs. Rim jobs are 8. Rim job, that's a good A tier. I mean, again, some people, I mean, it's ass play. I mean, you're licking an ass, okay? That's what it is. Now, sometimes it can be, depends on how it is, because, I mean, I think, like, rim job with Yuri is very hot. But even so, like, you know, guy giving a girl a rim job is still very hot, and hell, receiving a rim job is very hot. Now, of course, like, when you do this kind of stuff IRL, you gotta take proper precautions. You gotta make sure you take a suppository or cleanse out your system. You gotta make sure you're clean down there. But that's the good thing with hentai. You don't gotta worry about any of that. And hell, like I said, rim job, that is in conjunction with licking. It shows intimacy. Intimacy, that's the main thing. I mean, who else are you gonna get to lick your ass, okay? Yeah. But yeah, I think it's nice. I think it's nice. It shows intimacy, and I can do a, like I said, I can do a little bit of anal play. A little bit of anal play is fine. But like I said, first knuckle, second knuckle, that's fine. I can do second knuckle, that's fine. And tongue, that doesn't go much further than second knuckle. Hell, I'll be generous. I'll be liberal. I can go third knuckle. I can go third knuckle if I'm really feeling it. But I like rim jobs. I mean, anal play, it's nice. Well, let's just say there's plenty of girls' asses I'd lick. Oh, God. Yeah, plenty of girls' asses I lick and plenty of girls I want to lick my ass. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Okay, now we're getting interesting. Golden shower, golden showers. So, if y'all don't know this term, it is essentially piss play. It's essentially either you pissing on someone else or someone pissing on you. I'll put that into... It's not high, it's definitely not something I prefer. It's either going to be a C or a D tier. Let's put it in D. Yeah. So I'm gonna say, like I say, it's one of those things I can tolerate it. I could tolerate it. It's, again, not gonna be something I look up. It's not gonna be something I ever look up. But, you know, it depends on how it's done. I guess, yeah, I don't want anyone to piss on me. Yeah, I do not want anyone to piss on me at all. Do not piss on me. But, I mean, if there was, like, a girl who really was, like, really into that, or, like, really wanted me to do that, yeah, whatever, fine, I'll make sure I just bring plenty of water. But, yeah, I am not into it myself. Again, I understand the whole aspect. Again, once again, I'm going over this once again. It's degradation, okay? It's the humiliation aspect of it. Some people really like to be humiliated with it. And peeing on someone, that really shows some degradation. But, yeah, for me, I am not as into that. I don't want you to piss on me. Do not do that, please. Now, I will say golden shower is slightly different from, like, pee play a little bit. I mean, it can be, again, I guess part of it that I can kind of get and I kind of like is like seeing a girl lose control of themselves. I mean, that actually kind of ties in with scat slightly. Some people aren't into the act of shitting or pissing itself. It's the idea of like a girl or individual losing themselves. Like they're losing control of their body, they're losing control of like bodily function, they're like letting certain things happen that they wouldn't ever happen. And again, it's the idea of humiliation, of like embarrassing them, because for some, I guess for most people, pissing in front of other people or seeing someone else see them pee would be embarrassing. And in that aspect, I can kind of get it. I mean, there was a scene at Nekopata where one of the girls, you know, they were fucking, but, you know, she wasn't used to it, and she ended up peeing during sex accidentally, and she was embarrassed, and it was honestly kind of cute. I mean, it was even highlighted in the game. Like, when I first saw that, I was kind of like, pissed, what the fuck? But after I saw it, I was like, you know, I kind of get it. Yeah, it is kind of cute seeing a girl lose control of themselves and be embarrassed. Like, I get that. That's cute, actually. It's kind of cute. I mean, I'm not gonna name names, but I have seen, like cam girls, like, when they're fucking, they accidentally pee themselves because they lose control. And I actually kind of like it. It's kind of cute. Okay, again, it's not the act of pissing itself. but it's like the idea of them losing control over themselves. It's cute. It's cute. So yeah, I can tolerate pee, but golden shower is like more specific peeing on someone, and I'm not as into that. But yeah, I guess if there was like a specific like urine tag, that can be like C, but like golden shower specific is more D, because I don't want to be peed on really. But I can tolerate it depending on the circumstance. You know, I hope my roommates don't hear me streaming, talking about all this shit. They're probably gonna look at me very differently. It's fine, it's fine. Next, exclusives. So, again, this is a bygone product, because this was back in the day when Hentai Haven had exclusives that were only released on their platform. But after the purge, or after Hentai Haven went down, you're not really going to see this anymore. There's not really any place that's going to have like an exclusive release on their hentai site. I guess the closest to that would be like with Faku, because they occasionally will get like exclusive doujin releases. But in terms of like animated hentai, like you can find it anywhere. There's no such really thing as like exclusive hentai anymore. Like you can look around and you can find shit very easily. So yeah, it's kind of like a bygone era. But even if it was a thing, it's like, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, no opinion. All the stuff I have no opinion of is like stuff that was back in the day exclusive to Hentai Haven, so products of a bygone era. Memories. Okay, next tag. We are going to have Germa. Germa. I don't know why they include a pic of Germa. I don't. Wait, is this Germa or Linus Text Tips? I'm really bad with faces. Is this Germa or Linus Tech Tips? Either way, I'm joking. Okay, but yeah, I don't know why they included this. Fuck. Should I send him to the Shadow Realm? I could do that. Let's see, do I want... Nah, I'm not gonna kill him. Do I want to put him in the Shadow Realm? Or should I just be honest and just say no opinion? Fuck it, I'm gonna put... Fuck it, you can go in, B. You're cool, guy. Put it in the center. Yeah, there you go. Again, is that Linus Tech Tips or Germa? I can't tell. Yeah, whatever. Next one. Film. Okay. I'm probably gonna put that in B. Yeah, filmed is fine. I mean, it's the whole idea of like humiliation. Sometimes it's like used in conjunction with like the blackmail tag. Sometimes. But usually with the blackmail tag, the blackmail's gonna happen like before the story even really gets going. Like, oh, I had a picture of you in your underwear. Oh, you gotta have sex with me. Blah 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 blah. But film, that's usually like more later on. Sometimes it can be like with couples and like vanilla, like saying like, hey, let's like film our sex to show like the intimacy of how much we love each other. Yeah. Other times it's like more spicy, like saying like, we're gonna film you doing this and you don't get to say it because we're gonna embarrass you. And or sometimes we're gonna live stream this sex to embarrass you in front of hundreds of people. Which, yeah, that's fine. It doesn't really do too much, but it can be hard. There are some times when it's like specifically like a cam girl getting it on, or like they're like live streaming just because they're into voyeurism. But that's the thing with film. It is essentially like part of like the public sex thing. Where's public sex? I'll put that. Yeah, film goes right next to public sex because it's basically equivalent. It's essentially like the idea of like voyeurism and humiliation of having other people watch. Sometimes it's like live watching, sometimes it's like for later on usage, yada yada yada. But either way, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Next up, Genderbender. I am going to put Genderbender in B. I actually quite like it. Now again, with Genderbender stories, it can go different ways. Sometimes it can be like one person, like let's say like two guys, but one guy ends up turning into a girl and they end up fucking. I've seen plenty of stories like that. Or it can be like a guy turning into a girl and getting fucked by a bunch of guys. Or it can be a guy getting turned to a girl and then he has sex with other girls. Like to experience like Yuri. I actually think it can be nice. Again, it's like whole like power dynamics being shifted in a way, like having things be experimental. I think that's good. It makes nice. I mean, Probably like the biggest example of gender bender was like the TSF Monogatari by Shin Noel. That's a classic. Kind of showing how things change. Sometimes the gender bender is temporary, sometimes it's not. Oh yeah, I've seen sometimes like gender bender be used as like a punishment as a way. Like I've seen one where like there was like this one thief, he broke into like a guy's house, but the guy was like a wizard, so he turned into a girl and was like, "This is your punishment for trying to steal my shit. I turned into a girl and now I'm gonna fuck you silly." So yeah, it can be fun. Sometimes, but yeah, it really depends on is it going to be gender bender for other people or is it going to be gender bender for the main character? It really depends. Personally, I think the best one is like when it's like a guy and a girl, and the guy is a gender bent into a girl, and then he gets to experience your reaction or stuff like that. I think that's pretty good. And let's just say if I could, I don't know, have a vagina for a day and I could have sex with a girl, I'd be into it. I want to experience what it's like. I mean, I don't think I think pretty much all people would want to experience what it's like to have the opposite genitals for a day. Whether that be whether you have a penis and you want to experience what it's like to have a pussy, or if you have a pussy and you want to see what it's like to have a penis. Like, I think it's what everyone wants to at least experience it. I mean, I definitely want to. I mean, definitely temporary. I don't want menstrual cramps. Oh, good God, no, I don't want that. But if I could see what it's like to squirt, I think that'd be fun. I think that would be fun. Alas, science is not there yet. But perhaps with the progression of technology, we will be able to get there one day. One day, one day. Softcore. Yeah, I don't care for it. I'm gonna put that into Shadow Realm. I don't see a point. Like, okay, if you don't know, softcore porn or softcore hentai is basically where they're showing like tits and they'll have like implied sex, but they're not gonna show any penetration. I mean, honestly, at this point, like softcore, like hentai and ecchi, like anime, are very, very similar. Again, I guess with softcore hentai, the main focus is like the fucking in and of itself, whereas with ecchi anime, there still is like a general story going on. They just have like, you know, sexy stuff and sometimes actual fucking thrown in there. But yeah, if it's actually hentai and I'm watching a hentai for the sake of seeing people fuck, why the fuck would I want softcore? And don't y'all say, oh, it's the implication. If you want implication, that's what the fucking censoring is for, okay? If I'm watching people fuck, I want to see them go all the way. I want to see the pussy going into the penis, okay? I want to see actual penetration occur, okay? Don't give me any kind of this kind of like pussy footing around this kind of shit, okay? Let me see it all, for fuck's sake, okay? I just don't see what the appeal of softcore, like, I don't know what the appeal of softcore porn is. I don't know what the appeal of softcore hentai is. Like, what, is it like hentai you can watch with your parents or some shit? Well, you can have like little Timmy come in and go like, oh, don't worry, Timmy, it's softcore. You can watch it. It's fine. It's fine. There's no actual penetration that can be seen. You're fine. Like, yeah, I don't see it. I don't get it. But hey, but yeah, Shadow Realm. Yeah, I don't care for it. Hand job. Um, hand jobs. It's either gonna be B. It's a low B. So, handjob is similar to masturbation. It's a side dish, okay? It's an hors d'oeuvre. It's an addition, okay? Having someone like give a hand job to like start things off, okay, we're getting somewhere. But like having a hand job be like the main appeal, again, I've never seen like hand job be like a main appeal in hentai, but again, it's adding things, okay? Like, or like maybe like you're finishing someone off with a handy, like I'm fine with that, but again, a hand job is never gonna be the main appeal. It's like it's a side dish, it adds onto it. So, but yeah, I mean, hand jobs can be very nice, but only like when it's in conjunction. Like when it's just by itself, it's very boring in my opinion. Then again, like a good handy can be appreciated, but like I said, in hentai, we can do so much. Why would you do a hand job? Porn is different, but in actual hentai, why would you want to do a hand job, dude? There's so much other shit you can do. But again, it doesn't take away, but it should be used in addition, okay? It's addition to other shit going on. Like, what's like a hand job and a gangbang? Fantastic, because there's a bunch of shit going on. But like hand job when there's only one person, okay, start off with a hand job, get to the blow job, get to the pussy fucking, okay? It's adding on to shit. Yeah, but overall, it's fine. I keep saying that a lot, it's fine. MILF. Okay, with MILFs, I am going to put that one in. MILF goes in B. Yep, MILF goes in B. Now, I can appreciate a good MILF. I can appreciate a good MILF, but I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, tag. It's not my favorite thing out there. I can appreciate a good MILF. There's plenty of MILF hentai where it's pretty good, okay? I can appreciate some older women. But it's like Teacher, it's like, it's fine, but, I have my other preferences. But again, not gonna say no to MILF hentai, and I quite like it. I like older women. I mean, I just like women in general, but yet again, it's not my favorite. MILF, it can be nice, but, it's not my favorite. Now, there are definitely exceptions. There can be times when I've found some MILF hentai that I really like. There's plenty of MILF hentai that I really like. But in general, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I do love my hags. Hags can be very nice. I mean, the age of 30 is in demand, but in general, it's fine. And also, a lot of people misunderstand, like, MILF. Like, MILF does not equate to hag or old lady. Like, MILF, I mean, it's in the title. MILF stands for Mom I'd Like to Fuck. Okay? To be a MILF, they have to have a kid. MILF does not equate to older women. I don't know why so many people equate MILF to older women. You're forgetting what it's made of. Mom I'd Like to Fuck. To be a MILF, they have had to have a kid. They have had to have sex before. They have had to have pregnant, okay? MILF means Mom I Like to Fuck. They need to be a mother. If they are not a mother, they are not a MILF. Okay? What most people mean is that they just want older women, okay? If you want older women, say you want older women. Don't say you want a MILF, say you want an older woman, okay? Ah, bloody hell. I think a lot of people who like MILFs really just have mommy issues. I do not have mommy issues, so maybe it doesn't appeal to me as much, but again, I like older women. Older women can be very nice. The age of 30 is in demand. Yeah. Sorry, Connor, if you ever watch this, sorry, not sorry. Okay, Nettorade. This is the big one, Nettorade. So many people dread this tag, and I have studied it quite a bit. So, a lot of people misinterpret what Nettorade actually is. Some people say Nettorade is the same as cheating, and I hate cheating, I don't want, my partner to cheat on me, or I don't want to be cheated on. But Nettorade is a whole genre, okay? Again, I'm doing this on my whole analysis, but with Nettorade, it's basically what Nettorade means is stealing a lover away. Now, when many people think of Nettorade, they equate to Nettorase, which basically puts, the main character or the person that's the focus of as being the one stolen away. But Nettorade can cover a main series of tags. I personally feel Nettorade usually applies to hentai, where the female is the main character or the girl is like the main focus on. And the guy, you need a partner included in order for it to be Nettorade, because Nettorade is not cheating. Nettorade is having the lover be stolen away. And usually for it to be Nettorade, there needs to be like some like non-consensualness or in it. Like, again, I'll do this in my whole analysis of like what Nettorade actually means. But Nettorade means having a lover be stolen away. And a lot of people really hate it because they're not into cuckolding, which I personally get. But I think when a lot of people say they don't like Nettorade, what they really mean is they don't like Nettorase. They don't like the hentai where the whole point of view, where the whole main character is the cuck, essentially, or having someone who's having the liver be stolen. But honestly, I think it can be fine. Personally, I dislike Ugly Bastard more. Nettorade is very typically associated with Ugly Bastard because the whole idea of degradation of, someone's so ugly, someone's so deprived, is like stealing a lover away and having them like become addicted to sex or they're caught with them, blah 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 blah. Like, I get it, but Nettorade, I mean, it can be fine. Like, some scenes can be spicy, sometimes they can like spice it up a bit. I get it a little bit, I get it. But overall, it's just kind of like, just because the stories are so shit most of the times in Nettorade. Like, they're so stupid, like the characters are so stupid a lot of the times. And yeah, sometimes Nettorade can be with blackmail and stuff, but yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. Nettorade means a lover being stolen away, meaning that they were into one character at one time, and through the process of Nettorade, they are now no longer in love with the main character, or with that yada yada yada, because, probably like the sex was so good, like mind break, and I can't live without the bitter thought. Again, part of Nettorade is usually going to be like some degradation. There's going to be some degradation in Nettorade. How it's going to be applied with, it can depend. But yeah, like I said, I'm doing a whole like analysis video on it that I'll eventually get done. But yeah, Nettorade is a very misunderstood tag. But yeah, some people really hate it. I'm more indifferent. If there was Nettorase on here, I would put that in D. But yeah, for the most part, it's just meh. Honestly, if it was like Netorase, I'd probably put that like in Shadow Realm or something like that, just because I don't really like clipboard shit. I don't know, like, I mean, I have studied like why some people clipboarding is a thing or why some people like it, and to an extent I can get it, but I don't know. A lot of times, like, it focuses on despair. Like, that's the thing. In order for there to be Netorare, there has to be some aspect of despair. Like with Netori, like, it's not as big of a thing, but with Netorare specifically, there is some aspect of despair in play. But at times it can be fine. Sometimes when it falls more into the despair, I don't like it as much. But when it's like not as serious, it's like, it's fine. But there has to be some aspect of despair for it to be Netorare. Like I said, I'm going over way more into like the video making, like way more in that. But yeah, Netorare, it's meh. Not as much as D, but it's just eh. It's something I've learned to just like tolerate more. It's just mainly in conjunction with like stupid stories. A lot of the times I don't take it serious. Like, I can get why it has a visceral reaction, but sometimes it's like, there's all this other shit, and like Netorare is like really, you really draw the line. Like, I understand the dislike for ugly bastard. I don't want to see like, I'd rather just have a monster rather than ugly bastard, just because ugly bastards are annoying to look at, right? When they like take up half the fucking screen. Like, motherfucker, I get why you're here, but fucking hell, get off screen. Like, if it was ugly bastard, like in a hentai, but we just saw their plots, I think more people would be fine with it. But the fact that they take up half the fucking screen, like, god damn it, get off screen, down in front, motherfucker. But yeah, like Netorare, I can stomach that more. I'm fine with it. Like I said, I don't like Netorase. Netori is fine. But yeah, Netorare is just meh. It's meh. It's meh. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't even like it that much. It's just kind of meh. But again, I'm doing a whole study on it just because I find the whole thing fascinating. Where did I put Netori anyways? Where did I put Netori? I don't see it on here. What did they... I put it on here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah, Netori is B, Netorare is C. And last but not least, actually, is Raw. Yeah, B. I mean, it's very common. Like, most times in hentai, they're just gonna be going in raw. Again, sometimes they're gonna have the condoms, and the condoms, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, like 80% of the time, they're gonna be going in raw, or at least they're gonna go raw at some point, because it's hentai, there's no consequences. If you want to fuck raw, you can fuck raw. But yeah, you'll see condoms here and now and then. Occasionally, like more of like the public humiliation, like where they force the girl to like wear condoms tied to her. That's actually pretty hot. I like that. But yeah, raw, it's fine. I mean, it's just kind of like a product. Like, I mean, let's say in a hentai they're like wearing a condom the whole time. That'd be fine. But I guess I would prefer the raw because I like nakadashi. I like facials. I like, seeing the cum flow free. But it doesn't. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, this is the tier list. That's the last one. Not bad. Not bad. I'll probably post this to my Twitter later on. But yeah, I could probably do like one that's a lot more in depth. This was like 69 tags on here. Nice. But yeah, there's plenty of others that weren't included that I definitely could go over. Like, they didn't have squirting, they didn't have Netorase, they didn't have rape on here, they didn't have like non-con on here. Yeah, there's a bunch of others that they could have included on here. But you take what you can get. Maybe maybe in the future I'll do like a whole like tier list that I'll make myself that includes like a bunch more tags, because like in Dojins there's plenty of more tags that I could go over. This was just like the main ones that were included on the old Hentai Haven website. Also, they didn't include Lolly and Petite. Where the fuck is Lolly and Petite? Cowards. Cowards. No one wants to talk about Lolly and Petite shit anymore. Fucking cowards. And I know Lolly was on like Hentai Haven's website back in the day. Where the fuck is the Lolly tag? Just so you know, if there was Lolly, it'd be an S tier. Fucking hell. But yeah, plenty of other tags that could be included, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Also, they only included dark skin. I thought there was going to include tan on here. Both dark skin and tan is S tier, but yeah. Yeah. There's plenty of other tags that you could have included. But for now, I think that's pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good for now. But yeah, I'll post this to my Twitter later on. Let's change to just chatting then. There we go. But yeah, that was fun. Going over all the shit that I like, and plenty of other shit that I could go over. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, fucking hell. But yeah, that's done. I'll see if I can post that to Twitter later on today, and I could probably clip the stream pretty well. I'm trying that into some shorts. Let's see, it's 7:05. Probably should make dinner. I'm actually a bit hungry. Also, I have a assignment that I gotta turn in later today. Yeah, I should work on that. I gotta work on that. Yeah, I've been on 2 hours. This is a good time to call it. Yeah, I'll call it here. So, if anyone ever watches this VOD in the future, what's wrong with you? No. But yeah, if you watch this VOD in the future, much appreciated. But yeah, I'm gonna be calling it here. So, this is gonna be Valley Song signing out then. Have a damn good one, y'all, and take care. Ciao, guys.